Yes, I know. My Christmas tree is still up. Leave me alone, okay? If you came here for a professional YouTube video, then you've came to the wrong place. Haha! I honestly think professional YouTube is such a weird thing. I don't mind people making money from YouTube and making that their career, but so many people take it too seriously. But that's a whole other conversation. I want to talk about a show that 1 year ago I would have looked at a picture of and thought, wow, that looks stupid and dumb. I'm not going to watch that. That looks cringy. That's for children. What? It probably has cringe humor. No, thank you. Get out of here. But this past summer, maybe, I don't know, before I revealed my face and made this channel, I stumbled upon the show on Instagram Reels. That's right. The only good thing that has came out of Instagram Reels for me is that show, which is The Amazing Digital Circus. I believe they've released an episode in the past summer. I don't know when exactly, but then it started blowing up on Instagram for me, which was good because I started getting invested. I started watching. There was just something about these clips of the show that was just kind of interesting. I don't know. It was strange. It kind of seemed silly and goofy and like some kids' show, but there's something mysterious about it. Some of the clips, there's something weird going on. It was like there was something more to this show. So I gave in. I finally watched it. I found out it's on YouTube for free. Easy to watch. Literally, you could go look at it after this video. After this video, you finish this video first, okay? Or you come here after. Just don't forget about me, please. But The Amazing Digital Circus. That is what it's called. Very long title. I know. Amazing Digital Circus. You can put the at the beginning if you want to. I don't care. It looks really stupid. It looks like a cringe, corny, one of those, cringe humor shows, it just looks dumb, Like maybe even like a children's show that you'd find on like PBS. It's because of the animation, but the animation is like that for a reason, okay? It all looks like that for a reason, and that is because of the story, which is just so interesting. The story that we think there is, we think, I'm not sure if it's like overly canon. I think it is canon. They were real humans at one point, and then they got somehow trapped into something that took their brains to this digital world. We think that part. We don't know what exactly happened to them in this machine or whatever, but now they're transported to this digital world where they can only remember certain things. So there's this kind of sense of mystery of what's really truly going on. But the show starts out with, I don't know if she's the main character, really. They all feel like main characters towards the later episodes. But Pomni is the one that we see. She gets transported to this land, which is the digital circus. And she's very, very confused, and she cannot remember her name or how she got there, besides exploring some abandoned place. What's interesting about the show, and what makes it so, so good, is that there is so much mystery to it. The show doesn't tell you much at all about any of the actual lore. They tease you with very, very small bits. And I talked about this in the Invincible episode. What makes a show really good is when it starts conversations. And there's so many conversations online about what's going on, how did they get there, can they escape, blah, 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 other things. So much conversation. And in reality, the only people that know, maybe, are the writers. I don't even know if the writers know. I don't know if they have this long, idea of what's going to really happen. I don't know. But that is what makes it so good, is this mystery. And I wanted to make this video because the recent episode literally teases you. Literally, almost kind of makes fun of the people making these theories of what's going on, and it totally fakes out everybody, which is incredible. I don't want to spoil too much about this show because it is just so, so good. I would like to also point out that it is an indie animation. If you're wondering what that means, it is an animation done by not a large company, not Disney, not freaking whatever Universal is, Warner Bros, whatever, Marvel, I don't know all their names, but like it's ran by this small studio called Glitch Productions and is created by a person named Gooseworks or Cooper Sniff Goodwin, according to Google. I had no idea about the actual name, and it was produced by Australian Animation Studio, another thing that I didn't know. I don't like doing a whole bunch of Googling before these videos, by the way. I like to just raw. I like to go into this raw. I don't like to, Google every single little bit, do all this research. No, no, no. I like to just keep it straight and what's off the top of my head, But anyways, yeah, it's created by them and it is so good. It is so good. I'm all over the place in this video. I know, but it is so freaking good. Like, I know it may seem a little embarrassing to watch it when other people are around. I totally get that. When I had it on, I was afraid someone was going to see through my window and be like, what the heck is this guy watching? Does he have kids? I didn't know that. No. After the first episode, I was like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Nope. Like, it is so good. And, like, there's so much mystery to it. Seriously. Don't judge a TV show by its cover. Because, oh my goodness. It is so freaking good. Once you watch the first episode, you'll be hooked. That's how it happened to me. I decided one night that I'm going to start watching it. I'll watch the first episode and I'll see what it's all about. Then after that, I watched the second episode. And then I watched the third. And then I had to go to bed. That morning, I watched the fourth, then the fifth, and then the sixth. And then I waited for the seventh episode, which came out recently. The whole reason I'm really making this video, I cannot wait for episode 8, which is coming in March. Please, watch this show. I know it looks stupid. I know it does. Okay? But it's not stupid. Matter of the fact, it gets a lot of views. I'm taking a look right now. The very first episode has 405 million views. 405 million. That's a lot of views. A few more things that I really like about the show. The characters are really good. They seem to have their own, like, of course they all have their own personalities, but they all kind of, like, they're kind of dealing with the circus in their own way, which is really interesting, because they all want out. They all want out of the circus desperately. They look like cartoon characters, but they are really just desperate people trying to get out. I would love to see, like, maybe someday, far in the future, when they do the finale, and we see them go back to the real world, and it's like IRL people, like real people, like, and it's like, whoa, this is weird. We've seen them as like cartoon characters, and now they're like real people. Like, I wonder how they would do that, because that'd be really strange. I don't know. I'm just trying to theorize stuff, but they all want out, and they all kind of deal with it in their own ways. One of them is kind of maybe being messed with by kind of our main antagonist, Kane. I'll drop his name. I could drop all their names, but I don't really need to. I'm not going to go in depth on every single character. That's not what this video is. But I'll talk about Kane, as he is kind of the AI, I believe, is what a lot of people are theorizing. Even though, again, no one really knows that much. Is Kane AI? I don't know. It might not be. I think he is, because he kind of glitches out quite a bit, which kind of makes sense. But he's kind of the one creating the adventures for them to, like, go on. And, like, he's kind of, like, pushing them and, messing with them, messing with their minds and stuff. Like, we don't know how far his power goes, which raises the question, maybe he is a real person, and maybe, like, their computer glitches, I don't know. Maybe their computer lags, and that's, what happens whenever Kane starts bugging out. I don't know, maybe, that's another theory. Again, I've said it a couple times now, nobody knows anything. Nobody. That's so unlike most shows, where, like, you kind of eventually figure out what's really going on. But in this show, you don't know anything. No one. It's so interesting, because everybody has their theories, but they don't know if they're right. They don't know. There is no factual stuff right now, which is so entertaining and fun to, you know, it makes you just, you can't wait for the next episode. Because maybe the next episode will give you, like, a morsel of, I don't know, stuff about what's really going on. A morsel of lore, please. Just a teaspoon of, like, actual lore. But who knows? Who knows? We haven't seen anything about the real world yet. What if the finale to the Amazing Digital Circus is where all these characters who think that they're real and think that they got trapped inside of this digital world, but in reality, they're trapped in this cartoon? The finale, it just zooms out of the computer screen where they're being animated, and it's some animator there, and he gives like a thumbs up. It's so stupid, and this is kind of strange and weird to think about, but anyways, I don't know what else to really say. It's such a good show. I could dive more into it. Maybe we'll wait for the finale. Maybe someday there'll be a finale to the show and we could talk about it more. When the next episode comes out, maybe I'll do a bit more of a deep dive into that episode. I don't know. Let me know if you guys enjoy The Amazing Digital Circus. I know maybe some of you have already seen it before. You know, maybe you'll watch it now after this video. I don't know. I think you should. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching and subscribe or something. Bye.